Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope all is well in your world. Everything is good here. And I am working on the plaque that will eventually adorn my table saw. I have been working on this ever since I got the saw. Actually, before I got the saw, because I said that I would, I want to commemorate it by putting everybody's names on it that helped me purchase it. And just, you know, kind of have a good reminder that the reason that I can do these things are because of some amazing internet friends. This is probably the third or fourth attempt at this. I've printed a few different variations with raised lettering or sunken lettering, and I've attempted to... one I think I threw it away when I was cleaning. I actually took it very far. I sanded and I flood filled it with paint, and I just was not satisfied with the appearance of it. I think, based on the turnout of the others, that this is going to be the one. It still has quite a few flaws. I have this issue with curling that happens on my printer, and I still haven't fixed it completely. Of course, this is a new filament that I haven't used really that much. Previous filaments, I had got it kind of dialed in, but you know, it is what it is, and it's going to get done. And I have been recording it. I have been keeping the footage archived so that when the time comes for me to actually publish the video, I will publish a video showing you how I went about making it and painting it and attaching it to the saw and all that sort of stuff. But speaking of the saw, so I've had it for a week and a half now or so, almost 2 weeks, and I did not cut wood with it until this past weekend, and I guess there's a reason for that. There's a legitimate reason. Well, there's a lot of non-legitimate reasons for everything, but there is a good reason, and the good reason is because the saw came pre-broke. Seems to be, you know, a way with me. When I want something like that and I get really excited about it and I go to get it, very often that thing is unusable out of the box and I have to wait, right? And that was the case with this saw. So this is a Delta saw that is no longer sold directly by Delta. It is a Lowe's exclusive model. Delta has since replaced this model with two other models that are about $200 to $300 more expensive. So this particular saw was a $600 saw that's only available at Lowe's now, and that's fine. It's fine. It is still exactly what I want and exactly my price range, and I don't care if this saw has technically been discontinued. There are enough of them out there that if something were to go wrong, I can always get parts. But this particular thing was not... Nothing was broken out of the box. Nothing came badly damaged. It was simply assembled wrong at the factory. And the assembly flaw was not something that would have actually prevented me from cutting. It just made it more difficult than I was willing to deal with. And well, let me just show you. I'll take the GoPro. We'll see if it can do anything for us. So on this saw, we have a Biesmeyer style fence, and as you can see, there is a tape here, and that is used in conjunction with the fence to tell you where you are in relation to the blade. So if I want to cut something that is, say, 2 inches, I set this on 2 inches, lock it down, and I'm 2 inches. Okay? Works great. Problem is, on this side, from the factory, the tape was put on the wrong side. It was put over here, which meant that 0 was somewhere down here, and this was about 3 feet over here. And so I simply couldn't use this gauge. But it gets worse than that, because if I was cutting anything that was shorter than about, I don't know, 10 inches or something like that, These two little screws here, these are what adjust the fences 90 degrees from the table. And that tape was significantly thick. So with just one of these riding on top of that tape, it made my fence tilt in, and it really frustrated me. And as you can see, I have replaced it. That fix was not provided by Delta Solves. I contacted them. I called their 800 number. I don't know what I did with the other piece. And I told them what the problem was, and they said, well, you're going to have to send us an email with a picture of the problem and a picture of your receipt. And I said, okay. So I did that thing. This is like the day after I got the saw. I've never heard anything else from them. I called again. Yeah, you're going to have to do that. I already did it. Oh, well, just wait. You'll get an email. Still haven't heard a word from them. And, you know, it's not like I was asking for them to replace the rail. Just send me the sticky back tape and I'll put it on myself. I don't need you to send me anything important. Just a roll of tape. And apparently that's just not something that they do. Maybe they just don't send replacement parts for this saw because they don't consider it a product anymore. I don't know. But that was very discouraging to know that even a simple little problem like that I can't get a fix for. So if something does go wrong with this saw within the warranty period, what's the chances of me ever actually getting a repair? That's kind of scary. And it kind of sucks because I thought this company was reputable. I don't know. Maybe other people have had experiences. So what I had to do was spend more of my money. Granted, it was like $7. But I bought that tape. That's a Starrett brand. If you're interested in that sort of thing, this is a Starrett measure sticks, and it was like $7. This is a 4-foot stick, and it's actually a metallic like tape measure. It has a 3M adhesive on the back, so it'll stick to anything. Really good for like putting on fences or whatever it might be that you want to put it on. And I used a heat gun and, you know, took off this old one that was put on backwards, and I had to install my own. So, you know, wonderful customer service on that one, Delta. But whatever. It's fixed. I have a saw now. I've used it quite a bit since then, building that jig and some other stuff. And I will be using it a lot here in the near future. And I'm really excited about that. So this will be my thank you plaque. Eventually, I will have a video about this, and I will finish this, and I will get it installed on the saw so that I can always remember these people. And if you were a contributor, thank you so much. And thank you so much, even if you didn't financially donate, because regardless of whether you feel like you contributed or not, just being here is a huge contribution. So thank you for that. Thank you for being my friends and liking and commenting and subscribing and sharing my videos. I appreciate you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from USEmbassyChina.org. What was the first U.S. city to host the Olympic Games? The U.S. hosted its first Olympics in 1904 in St. Louis, Missouri. The last U.S. hosted Summer Olympics were held in Atlanta in 1996, preceded by Los Angeles in 84 and 1932 by St. Louis. Los Angeles in 84 and 32 and St. Louis 1904. The most recent Winter Olympics in the U.S. were held in Salt Lake City, Utah in 2002.